Alright YouTube, so here is what we've done so far. There's areas that we're going to go ahead and refabricate with fiberglass, like this area right here. It doesn't, it needs a little bit more fiberglass to continue this part right here, because it's yellow. I don't know if you can tell, but it's supposed to go down, and there's this big gap here. So we're going to go ahead and make this a little bit, we're going to make it tighter. So this thing is going to stretch out this way. And also we're going to go ahead and sand some of this down because it's too high. As you can see, if you're looking at it this way, it's too high. And on the back, I know that there's enough fiberglass where we can sand this down. So that's no big deal. Second, we're going to do the same thing to this other side. We're going to go ahead and refabricate this. We're going to go ahead and add more fiberglass. That way we can, this thing, there's no way we can bring it out this way. So if you're looking at it through this angle, you'll see that it's just not quite there yet. It's all of this, it just needs to be thicker. And there's no way to pull it this way. So this thing is just, you know, you got to put more stuff in it. I don't want to put body filler because I don't want a big thick of body filler, you know what I mean? So I'd rather just add more fiberglass and make it thicker, and also expand it this way, because it's not the wheel well, that this circle right here, as you can see, you see how there's this gap and opening. So we're going to go ahead and refabricate this. So these are the problem areas so far in this stage. It's coming along really nicely. I'm really happy with the progress that I'm making so far. These holes right here, and I tried using the fiberglass, and of course many people will tell you don't use fiberglass in these areas like this. You're going to use an epoxy filler. It's a 5-minute epoxy filler, and I can use this. You mix it up and you pour it, you put it in these little holes down here. This is what it looks like so far. Here's something that you'll end up doing. This is the foam for the back, and this is the foam for the front. Interesting enough is that when you put these, the thickness of this, it's actually the thickness right here. This thickness, it's not going to go through. It's too thick. The bumper will just be, instead of hanging like this, it's going to be all the way up here because of that. So what I did, or if I want to use this one, right now it doesn't have it obviously, but if I want to use the same one, all I have to do is trim it down from here. I have to do is just trim it down from here. And since I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do this, that way it could be a nice straight line all the way down. And similar to this, that I'm going to have to trim it down where it's not too thick. Because once you do these type of customizations, you realize that there's a lot of things you have to customize along the way to make this thing work. I'll put that crap there. Alright, so here is what we want to do, is that we want to get rid of this black and show this part. Now we can put the fiberglass on top of here, and then we'll just keep building it until we get a really nice, just enough where we can start, well, at least it's going to be where it's flush at least, somewhat, and then we can put some body filler on top of it and smooth it out. So what I've done here is that I try to make this a little thicker, because what happens is that this is not going to work, as I explained. So I needed to make this wider so the hole can actually be right about here somewhere. As you can see, I've added some more stuff here, but I need to add some more. That way this thing will have the same strength as the original. It's not as thick as I would like it to be yet. It's still pretty thin. I mean, if you look at it, see, it still needs a little bit thick. It needs to be just a tad thicker, So I'm going to apply more of the resin with the fabric material. Okay, so here is the result so far. This is what we've done. This is a Saturday morning, and we have put just a thin fiberglass material on it. As you can see, it's really very thin. Oh, here it is. Let's see if I can focus. It's very thin. It's just enough so I can keep putting on material without it sagging or dripping. So this is perfect.